This is WCGR News. Your campus news starts now.
Coming up on WCGR News, we'll take you inside the neighborhoods of the World Celebration going on at Navy Pier. Also, we'll give you a look at the Show Me Love fashion show.
And news on how our very own CUC Wind Symphony is making their way to Carnegie Hall. Hi, I'm Emily Longman.
And I'm Brooke Zahner. First on our newscast tonight, information on the arrest of the university's former Director of Public Safety, Tim Margies. Margies was suspended from campus on February 11th after allegations that he masturbated in a female employee's vacant office. Following a police investigation, Margies was arrested on February 12th and terminated from university employment the next day. The incident was publicly reported on February 19th by the Chicago Sun-Times. After local media reported the incident, the university informed students via email about Margies' termination. The message cited misconduct as the reason for his termination. A university spokesperson declined to comment further for this story. Instead, he referred WCGR to the River Forest Police Department for details about the incident. A university official did confirm that Margies had been an employee with the university since 2010. On Thursday, students took to Facebook to express their wish for more immediate information and more substantial details. One student posted on an unofficial university confessions page, "As students of CUC, we should have been informed about this." This included a link to the Sun-Times story. The university email to students stressed its broad commitment to campus security rather than focusing on the specifics of Margies' misconduct.
In other news, tonight we walked the runway with CJ Paisley and the Show Me Love organization. Brooke went out to the event and got us the exclusive story.
CJ Paisley's fashion show finished just a few moments ago, and as you can see around me, people are still having a great time. Over 40 models walked this very runway.
It's a night not soon forgotten. After months of preparation, models strutted down the runway in the Show Me Love fashion show. Faculty and students alike came out to the show to show their support.
Yeah, it's been fun. I've met some new people here, so that's been nice. I've never done any previous modeling, so it's something new, and I like to try new things.
But for CJ Paisley, it's more than just a clothing line. The Show Me Love team aims to inspire students nationwide to take control of their future by showing love, support, and guidance.
He's trying to start a revolution, like he wants to change the world, and I think that's awesome that we can participate in that, definitely.
Paisley had a team of stylists, makeup artists, a DJ, reporters, and photographers to help make his show a success, and he wasn't disappointed. A packed house is what awaited Paisley and the models that night. This even included a performance by St. Louis native Chris J. Paisley's goal of this fashion production was to bring college students together to do what they love on a professional level.
Just do what you can to support him. He's got a great cause, and he's a great person, and we all love him anyways.
For those of you interested in purchasing CJ's items, you can go to www.showmelove.us. Reporting from the OPRF room, Brooke Zahner, WCGR News.
Looks like Show Me Love has the perfect pitch to be a success amongst a young urban crowd who like to look good.
We wouldn't want it any other way. And nor would our Concordia Chicago Wind Symphony as they get their chance to perform live at Carnegie Hall. Reporter Alex Pat has more.
Concordia's Wind Symphony toured internationally to China this past May, but this spring they'll be staying closer to home. Coming up on March 4th, as part of their spring tour, Concordia University's Wind Symphony will be performing live at historic Carnegie Hall in New York City.
World Projects would like to invite the Concordia University Chicago Wind Symphony to feature as a showcase ensemble at the 2014 event hosted at Carnegie Hall. You have 45 minutes to play. You want to certainly represent your school, high level of repertoire, as well as playing the music technically and expressively well, so that people can go on this musical journey with you. You have to be there to be able to really get the full depth and meaning of what we are experiencing. Performing at Carnegie Hall is just one stop of many during the ensemble's 10-day tour.
I'd say my first reaction to the news of Carnegie Hall was, wow, Carnegie Hall? Seriously? We started with this very important concert, and it became sort of the centerpiece of the tour. Next year will be a tour to Florida, the Southeast. Most of it, if not all of it, will be in Florida.
Less than a week remains before the Wind Symphony departs for their historic tour. I'm Alex Pat, WCGR News.
What an awesome way to be spending spring break.
I agree. Well, earlier this month, I was able to sit down with the leaders of Concordia's Ministry to Chicago and learn about a new series about body image for students on campus. On Tuesday, February 11th, Concordia's very own Ministry to Chicago put on their first of a three-part series called No Ideal, which focuses on the pervasive issue of body image among men and women alike.
Well, Pastor Jeff and I were talking last semester a lot. The more we talked about it, the more we realized how big of a culture issue it is for both guys and girls. We know that's just not just a problem at Concordia, it's a culture-wide thing. And so we just wanted to take this little step to, I guess, make that culture change.
I also talked to several girls who showed up to get their take on the event.
It's not just being a pretty face. Sometimes kids will grow up comparing themselves against even a sister, comparing themselves to a brother, like, oh, I'm not as strong as him, or I'm not as fast as him, or I'm not as smart as him.
You do, it makes you feel a lot better about it. Like, it's not, like, you're not wrong for feeling that way. Like, coming together as a group and talking about it together is a really great idea.
Have this, perception in their minds that, we will never be good enough, and guys look at us, a different way. So I think it's just basically, a really big learning experience for both of us to understand, how girls work and how guys work.
Several of the girls mentioned the benefit of having a girls-only session, although they're looking forward to hearing what the guys have to say when they're all together at the third session.
It's so important to realize that girls dealing with this issue and guys dealing with this issue is a completely different animal.
Introduction to the whole thing, there would be no way that girls would be open and honest, or that guys would be open and honest about any of this if they were together, because they would be worried about impressing somebody else that's in the room. Or
I heard somebody else talking earlier about how when you're with the opposite gender, whether you know it or not, you're wondering what their image is of you.
Though the girls-only event has already taken place, it's not too late to get involved. Check in with Emma Otto or Anna Calhoun to see when the next events will be scheduled.
The girls and guys can talk together about what they felt about maybe the other gender and their perspective. We can just start to communicate, because I feel like so much is lost in communication. It could just be eye-opening for some people to actually listen to what the other gender's perspective is.
This has been Emily Longman and Nicole Garza reporting for WCGR.
It's really great that they're doing this series. It's become such a heavy issue in our society.
Yeah, I think it's something that can really just apply to everyone, and it's just not discussed enough.
Absolutely. Well, last here on WCGR News, reporter Samantha Bredesen takes us to Navy Pier for a celebration of Chinese culture.
The 4th annual Neighborhoods of the World celebration kicked off last week at Navy Pier, offering visitors a glimpse into the Chinese culture.
We are celebrating the cultural diversity of Chicago and presenting this for free to the public so people can come here for free and gain a culturally enriching experience.
While at the celebration, visitors were able to view and purchase Chinese artwork from vendors such as Jessie Lee. Lee is an amateur artist and board member of the Chicago Fine Arts Society.
All the painting here are my hobbies, my work. We want to improve the relationship or understanding about Chinese fine art to the American society. So this is such a great opportunity for us to promote this part of the Chinese fine arts.
And for the do-it-yourself types, the celebration also gave visitors the opportunity to create their own Chinese artifacts.
The community-based organizations find this to be a very important and significant event for their community, because it's a rare opportunity for them to come out here in a central public location and share their culture with a wider audience.
The event also featured authentic Chinese song, dance, and martial arts performances throughout the afternoon. The Neighborhoods of the World celebration will run until April 3rd, highlighting a new culture each Sunday from noon to 3 p.m. At Navy Pier, Samantha Bredesen, WCGR News.
The cultural melting pot of America at its finest. Well, from all of us here at WCGR, have a great evening.
We'll see you next time.